Welcome back to the Daily Trading Journal. I'm excited to be talking today about today's trades. Had some really poor trades, but learned some really good lessons, really reflected on my mindset, how I approach things, what I was thinking when I entered the market as I reflect back. And I just really want to kick it off after we have our disclaimer that this is not certified financial advice. Please learn for yourself, learn the markets, understand it for yourself, or get a certified financial planner. I am not one of those. I am simply going through the daily trading journey and documenting the musings, learnings, and practices as I work towards being a profitable day trader. So, disclaimer out of the way, let's jump right in. I would say, first and foremost, I kicked off the day really wanting to make money, really wanting to see profits. Now, the way that I trade, in case you're new to the journal, is I basically go in one share. And with that one share, I'm going based off of a percentage of the stock price move. So let's say the stock goes from $1 to 120. That is X percentage of a move. And so with that, that is how I am tracking my progress. That is how I'm tracking my performance and how I do in the market. So with that said, today I started off a little rocky, to say the least. I went in and I kicked off immediately and dropped 9% on my trades. Now, I really feel like I was trying to predict the moves rather than follow them up until I traded VERU, which had a really strong move from 1382 up to 1486. So you can see here, red, down 9%. Then I've traded 1382 up to 1496. And I was really happy with that trade. I felt that that went really well. So I traded that here right in this initial move up, pullback, and then right through this move here. Traded up, watched the pullback here, and then sold here after that big pullback. I kind of should have held on because I could have sold up in the mid 1520s, 1530s. But then, hindsight's 2020. Now, once I traded for a little bit longer, we can see here that I really did not manage well. I was trying to predict moves more than follow momentum. I was really trying to predict the breakthroughs rather than waiting for the breakthroughs and then jumping on. So I had a lot of small losses. I was actually really happy that I was cutting my losses quickly. But honestly, what would happen is I would cut my losses too quickly because, for instance, on FFIE, let me pull up that ticker really quickly. So we'll go to FFIE. I was initially in at 69 cents. So which is like right down here. And I kept getting spit out. So kept getting spit out. And this actually rode up to 75 cents. And so, if that move would have been held, let's see here, FFIE up to 75 cents. I'd be seeing it up 9% on that trade. And so honestly, sometimes cutting your losses quickly for me in this situation was actually a poor management of my position. I should have held it longer. And I should have really trusted the stock a little bit more because it had been continually moving up. And I didn't trust it, and I sold out and I lost a lot of little percentages. And so that's, again, just knowing my risk tolerance, knowing how much I'm willing to risk. And I wasn't. I was only willing to risk a little bit off of my entry. And a lot of times there was some little micro pullbacks, it would move up. Micro pullback, it would move up. And so right there, I got spit out a lot and I missed out on a lot of profit. So there was a lot of opportunities today. As you can see, FFIE just pulled way back to 72 cents. So there was a lot of opportunities today that I really missed out on. And that was disappointing because there was plenty of moments where there was profit to be made, and because of just poor management of risk, I was not there to be a part of those profits. And so a lot of small losses to me was a good thing. It showed good discipline, but in the end, it showed that I couldn't hold on. I couldn't really face that tension of, oh no, it's pulling back. What's it gonna do? And it always held its previous resistance point as support. So let's go back here and look at FFIE. It continued to hold previous resistance as support as it moved up. And so that was just a bad trading on my part. It was not identifying the patterns. It was not identifying how the stock was moving. And I traded poorly because of that. And so that was really on me, and it was very disappointing. Now I'm still holding VTRS right now. I'd like to gain some of these profits back. Unfortunately, if I really wanted to get my full, let's see where we're at. Oh man, I hate when I click things I don't want open. All right, if I want to get my full loss back, which is about 6%, I'd have to get all the way up to about $12 on this specific stock, and I just don't think it's going to happen. It's not having enough volume. It's not moving fast enough, and so I might end up negative 6% on the day, which would be very disappointing because my goal is to be green on the day, and really my even bigger overall goal is to be up 10% on the day. And so I don't think I'll be seeing that today, which is disappointing. You know, last week I was up 16% on the week. The week before I was up 35% on the week. And there's still 3 more days in my trading week. I trade 4 days a week. And so I'm really hopeful. Ooh, we're getting a move here on VEUR. So this actually could redeem some profit as well. So we'll see. I'm still in on VEUR. I'm at 1471. So we just crossed that. So let's see if we can get another live trade going on here like we did last week. That was a lot of fun. Moving up to 75. See if we can break through that 75 and keep moving up. So I'm still in VTRS and VERU, trying to claim back some of those profits from the losses earlier. This looks like it's getting pushed back, but we'll see. I've got a minute 1474, almost 1475. It's pulling back to 63. So I'm willing to hold on to that just to see where it goes, because it's holding up its resistance support level there pretty strong right here. See, it's held this for quite a while, so I'm willing to see if that rips up. It honestly looks like it's on the backside of the move, though. Like, I can't lie to myself on that. That is not a strong stock. And that's what position I've put myself in, right? Like, I've put myself in a position where I'm kind of begging to get profits back, and I hate that. My goal is to follow gap and goes, catch momentum, get out, be done. And I've hung on to this stock way longer than I want to. I like to be in a position for anywhere from about 2 minutes to 10 minutes. And that's really where I can capture a lot of profit. And that's really what I'm aiming for. Let's see what FFI is doing. That's breaking down. I think I'm going to get out of VRTS. It seems like it's breaking down. It made a new high here, and now it's slowly fading back. So I'm going to go ahead and flatten this position at 35. Okay, so out at 35 on that. Let's go ahead and switch over and mark that down. That was a really just disappointing trade, to be honest. Up 2%, which puts me down that 6% on the day. See, VERU had a perk up, moving back. So this could move up again. The high of the day was 1549. We're currently sitting at 1558. And it just seems like it's breaking down. So honestly, holding this is just more of a fool's luck. And that's really kind of how the day has felt. It's felt just like a day where I'm just hoping for profits, not really following a good plan. And I think that's really just based on feeling a desire to make money, feeling a desire with, everybody talking about the looming recession. I'm trying to build a new skill, and I just want to see myself perform well. And unfortunately, I'm focusing more on the results than I am the performance. In the book, Daily Trading Coach, he said performance anxiety is based upon the performer, actor, or dancer, is the example he uses, focusing more on what the crowd thinks or what the end performance or what the newspaper might write about the performance than actually fulfilling a great performance. And that's really what I was focused on today. I was looking for the profits instead of watching the performance of myself, looking for true opportunities that I am good at trading. I'm good at trading, gap and go momentum. I'm good at trading into momentum. I'm not good at reading bottoms, dips and stuff like that. And so I should be sticking with my plan and sticking with what I know I'm good at. And unfortunately, I didn't. And so here I am, stuck watching a stock, hoping that it runs up again. And that is no place to be trading for me personally, or I really think anybody. I don't think you need to be hoping that a stock will rip up. I think you should know your plan. You should execute it. You should follow it well. And these are all things I'm just trying to tell myself right now as I'm having this journal. So when I approach the market tomorrow, I'm looking for my setups. I'm not just getting in. Oh, we had a nice little perk up there. So it looks like some volumes coming back on VEUR. Again, I'm just going to hope it goes up, and that is such a horrible plan. I don't think you should ever be hoping for a stock to move. up in your favor, because that means you have traded a poor day. I have traded a poor day. That's what I'm trying to say. The biggest mistake I think of the day was this tap trap. That really was something that I've struggled with a lot. Right here, this was the tap trap. So it was going, it tapped up. I bought there hoping it would continue momentum through the high of day, and it just immediately broke down, and I lost almost $1 per share on that move. So that was very disappointing. But also very enlightening, knowing that I'm not out of the weeds. I still am struggling emotionally with how to trade and trade according to a plan, because that is really where I know I'll be most successful, based on percentages. You know, I trade on percentages here in my platform, and it's just one share per trade. Well, except this one. This one again, I just made all kinds of silly mistakes here on VEUR. I'm actually in 3 shares because I've been trying to buy a lower position, so that way, you know, the average is out and then I can move up. I don't think you should ever I don't think I should ever be averaging down. I think it should always be averaging up. So if I'm in a winning trade, I think you should be buying as that winning trade is moving up, not averaging down a losing trade. I just think that's just so foolish, to try and win back losses rather than take better profits. Again, this is just musings and learnings as I'm working through trading and trying to trade well. There's so much of this that I'm realizing that's more of a mental game than it is even a skill game. And what I mean by skill is like being able to identify chart patterns and momentum and whatever you might be trying to follow or learn. I think for me, it's more of the emotional tenacity to say yes or no when you see a setup. Is it a setup that's you even understand? And today I didn't understand a lot of setups. The one setup I did understand was VEUR, and I traded that well. But then as soon as I tried to guess the movement here on this tap trap, that's where I got eaten up, because it was telling me that this is a resistance level it's not breaking through, and you need to be patient and wait for a true breakthrough. And I didn't. I fell for the tap trap, and then it flushed out, and now I'm again hoping that it will run back up. All right, I could continue this basically all day, just realizing that it was a bad day. It wasn't a bad day of learning, but it was a poor execution of trading. And so I look forward to tomorrow. I've loved this journey, and I just want to become better at the craft. And that's why I'm keeping these journals. That's why I'm trading small share sizes. So that way I learn to manage my risk when it's very small risk. I learn to manage the trades, finding the setups, and I'm not blowing out my account. I'm learning very small risk. I'm losing pennies a day rather than hundreds of dollars a day. And if there's one thing that I could encourage you on, not teach you on, this is just for educational purposes, this is just for entertainment, encourage you on is trading very small size at first. So you can just make these mistakes and you can feel the pain of losses in percentages, which is like what I've said I'm doing. So I'm feeling the pain of losses based on percentages right here. And this hurts. Like, this hurts just as bad as losing $100 to me, or $1,000 or $10,000. Because for me, I cannot let myself start trading full size and start actually making money until I can fix these bad habits. And this, to me, it's crushing. It shows me that I'm still not where I need to be. And that is, man, that's so discouraging. Like, I want to trade well. I want to understand the craft. I want to do it well. And when I see these negative percentages, it's a clear and true indicator that I'm not ready. And that's so disappointing because I want to be ready. But again, that's focusing more on the performance and having more performance anxiety than it is actually trading well and doing well at the craft that I'm trying to build. Okay, I feel like I've said the same thing a lot. I hope it's been clear. Performance anxiety, fell for the tap trap, and focus more on winning than I did on watching the chart pattern and following, not forcing. Thank you so much for watching. Again, educational and entertainment purposes only, and I hope to see you guys in the next journal. Bye now.